Well, how well stocked your ambulance is may mean the difference between life and death. More of them are carrying advanced equipment. Laura Landro is here to tell us all about it. I said well stocked. It makes me think of a mini bar.
Right.
That might be good too, depending on the ailment.
That's not bad. Get a little vodka, those little vodka bottles will help you.
You may need it to help resuscitate you. What is the actual equipment, though, you're talking about?
Well, it's a combination of two things. It's training, you really want them to know what they're doing, and it's also some advanced equipment, everything from like the quick clot bandages they use on soldiers in Iraq to these very fancy monitors that have defibrillators, and they check things like your CO2 to see if you're breathing correctly, they see if the chest compressions that are being done are correct, and then they transmit something called a 12-lead EKG, which is a really sophisticated electrocardiogram picture that goes right to the hospital to say if you're having a specific kind of heart attack that you need to get right into the cath lab. So it's a lot of sophisticated equipment now. Not everybody has it or can afford it.
One thing I've always wondered is who's running the ambulances? I mean, is it the hospital? Is it a private third party? Is it the city or the state?
Well, it's funny. Somebody said to me, if you've seen one EMS system, you've seen one EMS system.
Yeah.
Everybody's different. There's usually a state agency that's coordinating this. And of course, you call your 911 dispatcher, and very quickly, the first responders are typically the fire department. The fire department usually has emergency medical technicians who are trained in the most basic life support. Sometimes they have paramedics who are the more skilled ones. And then you have ambulance crews. They might be hospital ambulance crews, they might be city ambulance, and they might be private. So you've got a combo platter of things that could be
And you sort of don't get to choose often who comes to you when you hit 911.
I mean, I suppose you could say, you want this specific ambulance if you had the choice, or if somebody wasn't right there, desperate for care, but mostly it's done either on a rotation or by contract for geographic areas.
Because it seems like this could alter the competitive landscape for these types of services and ambulances if some of them are more equipped. You spoke to some of them who really ramped up. It's not cheap to do that.
No, I mean, one of these fancy monitors cost about $25,000, and then there's a fee to transmit things and have modems and all of that. But, as you know, healthcare in some communities is better than in others. I mean, there are statistics out there that show you have a better chance of surviving, the best chance probably in Seattle, Washington, and maybe not such a good chance in Detroit. So, there are different economic issues in all these communities that will maybe have some effect on your outcome.
Now, where I live, it's a volunteer, and I live in the middle of the country, it's a volunteer ambulance corps. I wonder, in terms of the types of services they're doing, some of the people you talked to who were saved by the advanced technology, was it mostly on the heart front where they were able to sort of screen what was happening, get an advanced image to the hospital, so because time is always at the essence.
Also, the most important thing that people forget is CPR and bystander CPR. That what we can do. A lot of times now 911 operators will tell you what to do over the phone, and you don't have to give mouth to mouth anymore.
Right.
You can go right to the chest compressions, continuous chest compressions, and that can really help. There is a lot of evidence that is a way better survival chance, just getting the CPR before somebody gets there to do the more sophisticated things, and maybe doing a defibrillator if you've got a shockable rhythm.